All right, this is section 3.2 from Algebra 2. This is the second video of it, and today we're going to talk about solving by elimination. Last time we talked about substitution, this time we're going to talk about elimination. So the objective is to learn how to solve a system of equations by elimination, which means what we're going to do is we're going to cancel out an x or a y. So let's look at this problem here. So what we want to do is we want to cancel out an x or a y. Sometimes it'll be as easy as looking, well, they can cancel out right away. But really, our other time is going to be we need to multiply or divide one of the equations by the other. So what I always like to do is I'm going to look at the x's and I'm going to also look at the y's. Now which ones would be easier to get them so they're the same? By the same I mean either so the coefficients are opposites or the same. Well, if you look, I only have to multiply the bottom equation to get it so the x's are the same. And what do I need to multiply it by? I need to multiply it by 4. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to multiply that entire equation by 4. So I'm going to distribute that 4 through to each piece. We're going to get negative 8x. We're going to get positive 12y. And we're going to get equal to a positive 52. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that first equation back down here. And notice, if I add those two equations together, negative 8x plus 8x, well, that's 0x. 12y plus 2y is 14y. And 52 plus 4 equals 56. Now you can see the x is gone. It really canceled out, so it eliminated the x's is what I did, which is what we want to do. Now we solve for the y. Simply divide by 14, divide by 14, and we get y equals 4. Now, the biggest mistake here is people are going to stop right there, think they have the answer. We don't. Remember last time, what we're looking for is we're looking for a solution to the system. A solution is a point, so an x and a y value. So now we need to take this y and plug it back into one of the two equations. Really, we have 3 equations we could plug it into. So pick whichever one you want. It's going to work the same for any of them if you found the correct y value. So I'm going to plug it into my first original equation here. So negative 2x plus 3 times 4 equals 13. So negative 2x plus 12 equals 13. Negative 2x equals 1. Divide by negative 2, x equals negative 1/2. Now let's see if that works for the other equation. So I'm going to bring up the top equation here. I'm going to solve that one. So 8x plus 2 times 4 equals 4, not 8. Sorry about that. So 8x plus 8 equals 4. 8x is then going to equal negative 4. Divide by 8 and we get x equals negative 1/2. So you can see the x's are the same, which is good. So that's our solution. Our solution, and remember we write our solution as a coordinate pair. So solution, and we write it xy, so 1/2 comma 4, put in parentheses so you know that it is a coordinate pair. It's a point. All right, let's try another one here. Again, look at your x's, look at your y's. Which ones are easier to multiply to get to? Well, the least common multiple is what we're looking for. The least common multiple of 3 and 4 is 12. The least common multiple of 6 and 7 is going to be 42. I'd rather work with 12 than 42 myself, so I'm going to use smaller numbers. Unfortunately, with this one, we can't multiply one equation to get an answer, so we're going to have to multiply both of them. To get x to 12 on the first equation, I need to multiply by 4. So I'm going to distribute through to each piece here. We're going to get 12x minus 24y equals 36. Now we're going to look at our second equation. To get this to equal negative 12x, we're going to multiply by 3. Distribute through to each piece here, so we get negative 12x plus 21y equals negative 48. Now all we have to do, you can look, if we add these together, we're going to cancel out because negative 12x plus 12x is going to be 0x. Negative 24y plus 21y is negative 3y. And 36 plus negative 48 is negative 12. Now simply divide by negative 3. y is going to equal 4. Again, don't stop there. We need to plug it in to figure out our solution. We need to figure out our x value of this. So let's plug our x in for any of these 4 equations now should work for it. I'm going to pick the top equation just because I feel like it. So we're going to plug it in. So 3x minus 6 times 4 equals 9. So 3x minus 24 equals 9. 3x equals, so we're going to add 24, 33. X equals 11. So our solution is 11, 4. All right, so again, what we're trying to do is eliminate one of the x or y values, so then we can solve that for the other one, plug that back in when we find it, and go from there. So let's try this one again. So again, look at the x's, look at the y's. Really, either one's going to be just as easy. I'm going to multiply the top equation to get a new equation. And I'm going to try to get rid of the x's. So I'm going to make this, and I want to make them opposites. I want to make the x's opposite, so I'm not going to multiply by 3 to get to 6x. I'm going to multiply by negative 3 to get to negative 6x. So distribute each piece through. Now we're going to get negative 6x plus 9y, and that's going to equal negative 12. Now the reason I got opposites is because now all I have to do is I need to add the equations to each other. So add each like term. So 6x minus 6x, 6x plus negative 6x, well that's 0x. Negative 9y plus 9y, well that's 0y. Uh-oh. And 8 plus negative 12 is negative 4. Well, if we look here, this is really 0 equals negative 4. And when does 0 equal negative 4? Well, it never does, right? So there is no solution to this system of equations. And what that tells us, remember, if there's no solution, the lines are parallel. If there's no solution, the lines are parallel. All right, here are 3 systems of equations. If you can't tell the difference between them, here they are. I want you guys to try them, pause the video, try them on your own. I'm going to space it out some more and show you the work, and I'll give you the solutions in a second. All right, here are the solutions. If you notice, the second solution is actually the one that I just went through. So hopefully you guys took notes and you guys could do that one pretty easily. So pause it if you need to check your answers, but here are the solutions to those 3 problems. Now I want to show you one more system here that should be a lot more simple than the other ones that we've been doing so far, but might confuse you guys if you see it on the homework. If I look at this problem, is there an easy x or y to cancel out? Well, if you look at the y's, they're already opposites. Do I need to multiply either equation to make so they're opposites? No, they're already opposites. We have positive 1y and negative 1y. So all we have to do now is simply just add these together. So we get 5x, well positive 1y minus 1y is going to be 0. It's going to equal 25. Divide by 5 and we get x equals 5. Now we just bring this in and we plug it into either one of those equations up there. I'm going to plug it into the top one. So we get 2 times 5 plus y equals 9. Well, 2 times 5 is 10 plus y equals 9. Y equals negative 1. So our solution to this problem, solution is 5, negative 1. Now the only reason I showed you that one is because I don't want you to think that you always have to multiply the equations to eliminate. You might get it so they're already opposites, so just add them together. You might also get it so they're the same. At that point, all you have to do is subtract the equations from each other. All right, now let's try a couple word problems. Everybody's favorite things to do, right? All right, so a pet store sells angelfish for $6 each and clownfish for $4 each. If the pet store sold 8 fish for $36, how many of each type of fish did they sell? Well, first thing we should do is let's underline or get our key stuff. So our angelfish are $6. Our clownfish are $4 each. We also know that we sold 8 fish and we have a total of $36. All of those things are very, very important. First thing is that I notice we have angelfish. So and we're trying to figure out the number sold. So I'm gonna give it a label. I'm gonna call it A, and that equals the number of angelfish. Sorry, not anglefish, angelfish. And then I'm gonna give my clownfish a variable as well, and it's gonna be C as my number of clownfish. All right, now we need to set up a system of equations. Well, the first one's pretty easy to find, and this is the one that everybody finds real simple to find. It's the total amount of money spent. And that's just going to be our 6 times our angelfish, because they're $6 each, plus the 4 times our clownfish is going to equal our total $36. The second equation is sometimes hard to find for folks, so let's do that one. Is going to be how many total fish we sold. Well, our total fish is 8, and how do you figure out the total? Well, you add up the amount that you have of each. So it's just A plus C equals 8. Now you could do elimination or substitution for this problem. I'm going to do elimination because that's what this video is about. So we're going to multiply the bottom one, and I want to get rid of the C's because it's a smaller number. So I'm going to multiply by -4. We're going to get -4A minus 4C equals -32. Now we bring down our 6A plus 4C equals 36. And all we do here is we add these together. So we get 2A equals 4. Divide by 2, and we get A equals 2. Now again, all we have to do is take this and plug it into any of these 4 equations that we have. It should work for any of them if we did our math correct. And I'm going to plug it into my one that I think is the easiest. A plus C equals 8. So 2 plus C equals 8. Subtract 2, well, C equals 6. Now here again, just like the other word problems we've done, you can't just answer somebody saying C equals 6, A equals 2. They're going to have no idea what you're talking about. So you actually have to answer it. There were 6 clownfish, and there were 2 angelfish sold. There's your actual solution to it. You're actually answering the problem. So I know there's one more word problem down here. If you could print it out the notes, there's one more word problem. I'll let you guys do that one on your own. That's going to be the end of this video. Rewatch anything you need to. Let me know if you guys have any questions.